village is proud today to make this happy springtime announcement with you. How did we get here today? Many months back, Trustee Spicone, where is he? Right here.
Right next to you.
Myself and Manager Keller were kind of noodling of alternatives to all the parks that we have, and somebody mentioned an arboretum. And we did a little research on it, and we found out that one of the main components of an arboretum that our parks might not have is an educational and conservation aspect to it. So at that point we said, why don't we turn Kuechmann Park into Kuechmann Arboretum. Phone calls were made to Ancient Oaks and Judy Doty and Kane Osborne at District 95. Both of them support the concept of the Arboretum. District 95, if you don't know this, has a greenhouse now. The greenhouse in conjunction with this Arboretum as an outdoor classroom, which everybody seemed to think was a good idea. Unless they were just placating me for the moment, I don't know. So, over the next several months, we'll be working to revitalize this park. As you can see, a lot of the work has been already done, and we appreciate the work from Ancient Oaks and their army of volunteers. They've cleaned this park up amazingly. We tore down a building that was here, the old farmhouse and the garage, so the rehab was already started. So thank you for joining me this morning for the official rededication and repurposing of this 8-acre wooded gem along the north side of Lake Zurich as we change the name from Kuechmann Park to Kuechmann Arboretum. We have dozens of trees here that are over 100 years old. By last count, Kuechmann Arboretum has 36 trees that are over 150 years old. We have 54 trees that are over 100 years old, and we even have one tree that's 275 years old, and I'm told that that tree started growing in this arboretum 30 years before the American Revolution for Independence started. I don't know which tree that is. Maybe Judy knows which one that is. Way in back. Okay. The village then is committed to enriching this certified conservation arboretum as a valuable natural resource for the Lake Zurich community for generations to follow. I want to specifically thank the Ancient Oaks Foundation, and the Lake Zurich Garden Club. Where's Sally? There she is back there. For their tremendous efforts to promote environmental sustainability and community beautification. So we're partnering with both Ancient Oaks and Lake Zurich and District 95 with 4 specific goals in mind. First thing, we want to preserve and protect the old growth oak trees that are here, preventing future development of this spectacular piece of nature located in the heart of Lake Zurich. Second, we want to educate on the importance of removing invasive species, which continue to be dangerous to the environment and are a threat to real biodiversity. Third, we want to create opportunities for an outdoor classroom as we partner with District 95 and opportunities to work with them in their greenhouse. And lastly, we want to plant the right mix of flowers, shrubs, and grasses that will attract pollinators like bees, butterflies, beetles, and bats, which provide us with a healthy ecosystem and a sustainable food supply. Is that right, Judy?
That's right.
That's sure I got it all covered. The village will work with volunteers to refresh the old walking trail, which is in progress, making it ADA accessible, and we'll add pollinator-friendly plants, ADA accessible picnic tables and benches, while developing a number of interpretive learning kiosk stations along the trail. Kuechmann Arboretum will also provide future opportunities for volunteer groups and scouts to build and install butterfly, bat, and bird houses. And I was told there's one of those over here, right over here, that's already been built. So we've got a good start on this. Yeah. So anyways, we have 2 honored special guests here, John and Maria Kuechmann. If you could step forward, John and Maria, so people can see you. Thank you for coming this morning. John is the son of former Mayor Anton Tony Kuechmann, who was only the mayor of Lake Zurich for 1 year, but he left a legacy in our community over decades of active community involvement. He was an avid walker, supporter of environmental causes, the father of the Plan Commission, protector of the Police Pension Fund, and founder of Lake Zurich's first wastewater treatment plant. Mayor Kuechmann was well known at St. Peter's United Church as an organist, and he approved one of Lake Zurich's first subdivisions, the Zurich Highlands. He started a volunteer police department and oversaw tremendous growth of the Police Pension Fund. Mayor Kuechmann was Lake Zurich's 11th mayor and served in a more quiet time in our history when we had 2 grocery stores, 2 gas stations, and about 1,000 people living here. I don't think any of us were here back then, were you? Except maybe you were. So, anyway, today we have 20,000 residents, and we are a thriving suburban community with more than 30 parks. Now we have 1 8-acre arboretum that will remain as a protective conservation area and outdoor learning center for future generations to enjoy. Just another positive step we are taking in making Lake Zurich a better place for all of us. Thank you for coming today, and welcome to Kuechmann Arboretum. That's it. Anybody want to say anything? Judy, nothing to say? No? Judy's always looking for volunteers for the Ancient Oaks.
I'm always looking for volunteers for Ancient Oaks. First of all, I want to say thanks to the Village of Lake Zurich. You know, we've actually been working on various oak woodlands in the village for the last, well, since 2007, so quite some time. We started on this one in 2015, thanks to the village who we asked, they saw what we did over at the nature park, and they gave permission for us to start here, and we can't be more thrilled with this outcome. Those of us who love old oak woodlands understand their importance. Once they're gone, and we have to be able to preserve them and make way for new oaks to grow for future generations to enjoy. So again, I thank the village for partnering with us and for this wonderful outcome of the last 5 years of our year-round volunteer work. Thanks again, Mayor.
I just wanted to acknowledge some people that showed up today. Mayor Branding is here. Suzanne, thank you for showing up. Scott Garrison from our Volunteer Tree Commission, he's the chairman. Scott, thank you. Gloria Poundblad from Ela Township is over in the back. Our staff, Ray Keller, and our trustees, what's your name again? Greg Wider, Mark Spacone, and John Spracca, and Roy Witherow. Bonnie is here someplace from the Parks Department, and the fire guys. The chief is here, so thank you all. We appreciate, we're going to appreciate this when it's all done. I'd like to see this someday almost become a mini Morton Arboretum. So hopefully we'll have some lights back here and all that good stuff that they do. So thanks everybody for coming, and let's hope we can enjoy this to its fullest extent. Yes, Mayor.
You know, Tom, I just wanted to say,
come on up here.
I knew the Kuechmanns. Jen and I grew up together. And from the time I was about 3 or 4 years old, I can remember going to the Kuechmanns, playing with John's younger sister. And I knew Tony Kuechmann. And this is such an appropriate thing to have his name on. He was a gentleman. Lake Zurich back in the 50s was a small, growing community with a lot of blue-collar people and jobs. Tony Kuechmann was not that. He was a gentleman. I rarely remember him out of a suit and tie. And tie. He'd wear his tie home after he got home from work. And he had suspenders on his socks, didn't he? I remember that.
Who wore garters?
But, you you know, nobody else in Lake Zurich even knew what that was. I can remember asking what that was. But he was such a gentleman, and this is such a tribute to him. It's so fitting. And he and his wife, Ann, loved gardening. Yes. Perfect.
Thank you.